And I want to bring in Blake Burman. Blake is the chief Washington correspondent for NewsNation and moderator of The Hill. Welcome back to Capitol Review.
Hey, nice to be here.
Thank you. What did you think about the debate? Who do you think came out on top?
Look, my overall takeaway coming out of it is kind of what I thought going into it, which was that these candidates were going to focus a lot of their attention on Nikki Haley, the other three, right? Or especially Ron DeSantis and Vivek Ramaswamy. Why is that? Because she's the one who's seen her poll numbers climb over the last couple months or so, while the others, especially DeSantis and even Ramaswamy, who sort of peaked and has come down, have seen their numbers go the other way, right? And at the end of the day, look, Donald Trump is still far and clear ahead of this field, ahead of the four who were on the stage the other night. So, they are trying to make the case that they are the one to take Trump head on, one-on-one, once the voting begins in Iowa, New Hampshire, the other early states, Super Tuesday, and beyond. So Nikki Haley was the target early. The very first question to Ron DeSantis was about his electability, and he turned it right back on Haley and started going after her. So, she even said at one point, "Thanks for the attention, fellas." That was sort of her way of acknowledging, "I know you're coming after me for a reason." It just went to show, Mark, that there is still very much this dynamic between Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley to see who can emerge from those two to potentially take on Donald Trump once the votes start getting counted here in the upcoming weeks.
Okay, Blake, you said that Nikki Haley was a target. Do you think that any of them made a dent on the former president?
The exchange of the night, I thought, was when Ron DeSantis was flat out asked, "Do you think Donald Trump is mentally fit?" And Ron DeSantis would not answer that question. He talked about how Father Time is undefeated, how Donald Trump has lost some zip on the fastball, but he would not answer that question directly. It's a pretty clear question, right, Mark? Do you think he's mentally fit? Yes or no? You got an opinion one way or another. And that goes to show, again, that Ron DeSantis, even though he has stepped up the attacks on Donald Trump, still is not yet willing to go full throttle against Donald Trump. Why might that be? I think it's in part because, A, he needs some of the Trump vote to eventually to take on and topple Donald Trump. But also, B, you got to emerge. You got to beat Nikki Haley first to be able to get into that one-on-one spot.
Well, looking ahead, Blake, what do you see happening in Iowa or New Hampshire?
For Iowa, I think it's pretty clear there's probably going to only be 2 tickets out. 2 people emerging, maybe 3. Maybe if it's Trump, DeSantis, and Haley in that order, and it's kind of close. If Ron DeSantis comes in a distant second or even third, remember he's putting just about all of his eggs in Iowa's basket. That could be the end for him. New Hampshire is clearly the state that Chris Christie's focusing on. You get to South Carolina, Nikki Haley's the former governor there. But look, the votes are coming here 5 weeks out, right? And it's even a lot less than that because we got the holidays between now and then. So you can kind of say for, a couple of weeks, folks most likely sort of check out or don't pay as close of attention. But when it comes to Iowa, if he wins, and if it is a dominant or let's just say a double digit or a clear win, then you gotta have serious questions about who, if anyone, can challenge him from there on out.
Blake Burman, thank you.
You got it.